Welcome to this episode of Ask the Guitar Coach, the only podcast where you get answers to all your guitar-related questions. If you're interested in developing your guitar skills and reaching your music goals, please send me an email at the email address ioannis@ioannis.org. That is IOANNIS at IOANNIS.org, so that I can let you know about all the different packages of elite guitar coaching and how you can get private coaching by me. Without further ado, let's go to our question for the day. Apart from musical talent, what are the necessary qualities one should look for in people when trying to form a band? So this is a really good question. I really love this kind of questions because it's these kind of things that people don't take into account when they start working with a band, forming a band, that create all the problems down the road. So I'm very glad somebody asked this question, and I will do my best to answer it to the best of my knowledge. So let's get started. Quality number one, respect. You need a respectful person who's going to respect your time, is going to respect your and everybody else's effort, and be respectful as an individual. You don't want someone who thinks he's really hot and amazing and stuff like that. He can have a strong self-esteem, but he shouldn't be taking it out on the rest of the band or other people as lack of respect. So respect is very, very important. On a side note, let's say the currency of communication between males is respect. So if you don't have respect between the members of the band, it's not going to go very far. So what's the second quality? The second quality is consistency. You want someone who's consistent about his practicing, about showing up on time at the band rehearsals, and about all band-related activities. I can't even remember how many times a band that I was promoting or something has arranged an event and the drummer or the bass player didn't go there because he went out with his girlfriend or something like that. And then they lost something that could have been an amazing opportunity. So you want someone who's consistent and who takes these things seriously. And this also ties with the previous aspect of respect, and he's there for the long haul. He's not just there for 2 or 3 times to see how it's going and then disappears. So quality number 3 is going to be kind of more difficult to find because we want someone who has emotional stability. And that's very, very important. You want someone who can you can talk to him rationally, and there will gonna be no danger of him exploding emotionally and start acting like a little baby. Now this is gonna be kind of difficult to find, especially when we're talking about artists, and I have to say, even though rock music is supposed to be about people who are very masculine and acting, being strong and being good in their skin, and I have not seen that very much. I've seen very strong emotional reactions for no reasons, and it ties on with the previous aspect of respect, that someone should know where are the limits of his involvement in each thing and then just keep it there. Yes, everybody can have their opinion, everybody should be able to voice their opinion in a band and have his opinion heard. However, he should understand that as long as his opinion is about someone else's part of the equation, then he should keep his place in his part of the equation. So for example, if I'm a guitar player and then I have the vocalist always telling me something about my guitar playing, that he didn't like this solo or something like that, we have to find out who is going to be deciding if the guitar solo is good enough or not. And then both of us need to be open about that. So if he tells me something specific, and I'm giving you a specific example now, if he tells me, okay, listen to the end of the solo, the G that you bend up to A was slightly sharp. I'm gonna be like, oh, let's listen to that. I will immediately go and listen to that and tell him, thank you, it actually was sharp, let's play it again. But if he just tells me something like very generic, like, oh man, I'm not feeling it, or dude, this sucked, or something like that, I will totally disregard what he said, because if he just says it like that, that means he's just doing it to create bad emotion, because telling somebody you suck has no upside, it doesn't help. Telling somebody the second verse was out of rhythm, so the rhythm was not straight, that's something actionable that he can do something about and make it better. So if the person does not have the emotional stability to both accept feedback when things are not going, he hasn't done something really well, but also if something is not happening the way he wants it, like for example the band covers the cover of the CD, and he goes all ballistic and all goes crazy because he doesn't like the CD, and the other 3 members of the band voted and decided that they like this cover, then he should basically know his place, that 1 person said no, 3 people said yes, it's going to happen this way. So this is what I'm talking about when I say emotional stability. You want an adult, you don't want a child who's going to go crazy every time something doesn't happen exactly how he or she wanted it to happen. So quality number 4, and it's probably going to be the last one, we want people who are able to differentiate between being an artist and a band member. So an artist's work is to create art, to create his music. So if you're a bass player, your bass line is your art. If you are the singer, your singing is your art, and so on and so forth. When you're a band member, you also have several more mundane activities that you should be doing, not because you are an artist, but because you are a member of this thing called a band. So this could be anything from calling different venues that you might want to perform at. It could be doing the social media of the band. It could be like all kinds of things which don't really have to do with art in the first place, but there are like mundane day-to-day activities that need to happen so that you will have your opportunity to perform your art. What we see very often is artists who are kind of prima donnas. They say, oh, I'm just here to sing, or I'm just here to play the guitar, and they want everything else done for them. Now, at a really high level, like if you're Aerosmith or similar kind of bands, yes, things are going to be done for you, but it definitely does not start this way. So there you have it. I hope this video will help you create the band of your dreams and find good band members to work with and develop your art and present your art in the way that you think is best. So keep those questions coming, and I will see you on the next episode of Ask the Guitar Coach. Until then, keep shredding. Bye bye.